and welcome back. This is Sherry with Heart and Soulful back in the studio. Finally, I had to look back at the date of my last video and it was August the 15th. So today is September 11th. I'm hoping to get this uploaded maybe later today or tomorrow. And I just wanted to kind of catch up with where I left off. Found a few amazing things while I was out of town. And so I wanted to share those. So I think I'll do that at the end of the video maybe. So I thought I would go through and kind of show you what I have been working on. I decided I was just going to kind of have fun crafting when I could. And as you can see, the two journals that I was working on are getting chunkier. So let's start with this one, I guess. This kind of all started with this Elocutionist journal, which has its own series. I haven't done any more work in it. It kind of was one I want to keep for myself, but I haven't even had time to work in it anymore because I wanted to try to get these other ones finished so people aren't waiting too long. So I haven't done anything with this, but this whole kind of style started when I was watching Rachel at Roxy Creations channel, and she had this kit that was really up my alley. I loved how colorful it was. It's the French Chateau series. She has 3 different kits. I'll put links down below, but that's what I was using in this one, along with some vintage wallpaper books and that sort of thing. But it got me to wanting to go back to working on Photoshop and learning how to do the digitals myself. My digitals so far had been pretty basic because I'm just learning, but I really loved this whole idea. So I thought it'd be fun to do a kit that was my own, kind of put my own spin on it, but that would complement Rachel's kits because I bought all 3 of them and I love working with them. So I thought it'd be fun to do some journals with mixing up a lot of different things and include items from multiple digital kits. I found that working with digitals for me for right now is kind of working because I can't haul everything back and forth. And if I need something, if I'm working with digitals, I can print it out there if I don't have it on hand. So that's kind of how this all started. I ended up with a second studio a little over a year ago. And so it's really been an adjustment to try to figure out how to be creative, do the videos and everything going back and forth. So this journal then ended up being the one that kind of went from the Elocutionist to me working again. You see one of Rachel's digitals that I printed onto fabric. This has a series also, I believe. I'll put links for these down below, even though I haven't worked on the Elocutionist one anymore. This was the next one. So I have been working quite a bit in this journal. And part of it is I wanted to test out the digitals that I'm working on. I'll kind of give you a sneak peek, but the kit's not ready to go out yet. This page here is not part of the kit. This was me kind of just practicing, learning how to do this type of digital. So I'll find this one somewhere on my computer and maybe make this one a freebie because it's not a part of a kit now at this point. Again, this was just me kind of practicing. So I did release a kit, Vintage Collage Volume 1, when I felt a little more comfortable with my skill level. And so this one has been out for a little bit now, and it is what I made up the next journal with. So I know I'm kind of all over the place, but this is kind of the progression of me learning and starting and all of that. So I'll go through this one real quick, I guess, and just show you what I've done so far. The signatures are made up of a mixture of things. There's 5 signatures in this one. So I've done on the front here just a simple pocket, and then just a little journal card with some stitching and just some collage layering. This is also a little pocket on the front of this card with another little journal card. So I'm not decorating everything in the journal because this is going to go to somebody else who likes to do this. And so that way I'm kind of just throwing in some ideas and just a little bit of decoration and leaving a lot of blank space for the end user to be able to journal in, finish up the way that they want, and, you know, using their own things. So on this one page, I did just kind of a little collage with some scraps and a little cutout bird. I want to say it's Tracie Fox's Bumper Birds is what I'm going to guess that's from. When I did this one, I should point out just for an idea, this has a glossy finish on it. You can use any kind of product that you have to do that. I used some clear embossing powder to do that. And it's not a real thick coat, but I cut the bird. I wanted the bird on this page, but I didn't kind of want to lose the whole thing. So I went ahead and put the tail so that when you don't have anything in the pocket, you see the whole bird. And then it's just kind of hidden by this little card. Again, this is a Tim Holtz card with just a little bit of lace and a little collage scraps. And then I just did a little faux stitching with a gold pen. So that's kind of decorated. This was one of my printed envelopes from the same kit. And then I just collaged with some different things onto a journal card for that envelope. I've covered this kind of in previous videos, I think, about how I did that. And then this again is from Rachel's kit. And then I just turned it into a little card. This part is the pocket I made from my kit. And then just some washi tape. I also did a washi tape page that is going to go into the second volume, we'll call it, kit. So I haven't shown you this sneak peeks, but I'll kind of point out as I go what came from this upcoming kit and what was in a different one. This was just a thin book page, so I wanted to kind of sturdy it up with some pockets. So I do have a couple of kits that I've purchased from other people that have some ephemera. So some of that, and I can't remember all the ones because there's multiple, and I just kind of cut everything up and threw it in a box. So I'll try to find those, but you can look on Etsy and find different just random ephemera kits so that you have little pieces to cut out. I kind of just printed out a whole bunch of stuff before I left. That's why I don't remember who belongs to everything, but I just cut up a bunch of things so that I would have some different, these are all digitals, just so I'd have different pieces for collage or pockets or just little pieces of paper to stick in. I printed all those onto tea stained paper or coffee stained paper. That way, like this, it looks a little dingier and older, even though it's just a printed digital. So this was one of Rachel's from one of her collages, and this is from one of my new ones that will be coming out soon. And then just some ledger paper, again, from one of my kits. So that will be a card. And these things they all kind of can get moved around in the book too. This is from Rachel's, and then my washi tape that I made from my kit. So just to make another little extra page added on. And then I just added again, this is just one of the printed digitals onto coffee stained paper. And then I still go with my vintage photo and just darken up the edges so they're not white. So that's just another little pocket with some of Rachel's papers. Again, this is from Rachel's kit. And then this is I did some kind of, I call them B-sides that could go onto the back of cards, or even to print on the back. If you're going to do a folio out of a digital for the back side, you might want something that still has some design, but is very subtle so that you can still write on it. So this is going to be in my new kit too. And then just another little pocket. I went ahead and just added one of my watch faces from my collection that's in my Etsy shop. This is one of Rachel's papers, a Tim Holtz card that doesn't have anything on it. And then this is from one of my going to be new digital kits. And then not much in here. I may decorate some of these up. Again, this is from actually the kit that is out now of my volume 1. That's cut from that. I think this is actually this little bit on here. I had some printouts. When I'm doing my digitals, I print them out to see what they look like. And sometimes they don't make the cut. I'll make a change. But I want to save even my practice ones. And I think this was from one of my practice ones. This is from Rachel's kit. This also, I think this is from one of the digital kits that I purchased of just different ephemera. I'm not sure. I can't really remember. This is a pocket, but I need to put something in that. Another little pocket. I'm not wild about this in there, but I put it in there from now. This one is from Tracie Fox, one of her kits. A little flip out. I won't do anything there. Then another idea that I've used in this other journal I'll show is if I want to maybe remove something because it can be journaled on the back, I'm just printing it out onto coffee stained paper again, and then just using black photo corners, the stick-on kind. That way, it's kind of like a little secret place to write. So I just covered up that little book text with that photo. And just another one. This will be in my new kit, this background. And also this is one of my B-sides from the upcoming kit. And this I was doing in a collage. I think this was a piece that ended up not making the cut. I may end up using this somewhere else. But so this journal is going to have some things in it that are really not ever going to be released because I used some things and then didn't end up putting them in a page. Just another from the kit that I've already released, and then this background is from Rachel's. Just some different little scraps from both of them. And again, one of my B-sides that is going to be out. This is from one of the ephemera kits that I purchased. I almost think this is maybe from Tracie Fox, this one. I'll have to look and see. And then nothing in here, another pocket with just another little blank card that I made. I've made a lot of blank cards. Kind of my process is to go through a journal and maybe see where I might want a pocket or a belly band and do that first, and then come back and make just some bases for cards that can then be added to in Collage John. I kind of get them to a point so that I can decide where I want to put them. This is just a piece printed on coffee stain paper, and this is from my next kit that's coming up. So this is just me. I probably should show this after I release that kit, but I kind of think these might go out sooner than that. So this is me kind of testing my kits before they're live. This is from one of Rachel's, and the backside from one of mine. This is from one of the new one. But see how I like to kind of make it coordinate with hers, just so they kind of look good together, and I can, add more of a certain color if I want, because this background was one of my faux wallpaper backgrounds. And again, this is going to be from my new kit, and also this. Again, just some plain backgrounds for now. Nothing here. I'm going to leave a lot of blank space, so. And another little kind of a flippy journaling page with another little pocket with another little card. This again is going to be something like this might end up in my new one. This is from my new one. And then just another one that I did a little collaging on. All these are kind of from the new, which I'll show you the pages I have so far. I'll show you those at the end of this book before I do the next one. I probably should have done that beforehand. And then this is from Rachel's. This is from Rachel's. And all these cards, you can kind of see the thickness of them. They're all pretty sturdy. I printed out a whole bunch of these digitals before I left, just so I'd have a stack. And I printed them out sometimes on just plain copy paper, sometimes on copy paper that I had tea stained. And then I just used a piece of junk mail, just anything in between to give it a little thickness. And then, like in this case, this was some lined paper that I had coffee stained. So this is about just 3 thicknesses of a regular copy weight paper to get a card that's kind of sturdy like that. I did a few, and I've kind of put them here and there where I think they might go. I did a few little, as I was cleaning off my table at Studio B, I had just a little envelope that I end up with here. Let's see. Where I collect all my little scraps. These are some bigger ones. But I have all these little scraps. And when I was cleaning off my table, I kind of just started gluing some pieces together just to make some little kind of snippet things, and just did a little stitching. Just, you can tell they're just little torn off strips, and then with some kind of little embellishment. So I've got a few of these I'll be adding. I just clipped it kind of where I thought I might want to put it. So I'm just gonna keep that there for now. Just another little, lots of blank cards, here and there. Another blank card. That's from Rachel's. This is from Rachel's. This is a page I thought I might glue another one of my little clusters that I made. And I may just not even glue them on. I may just send them to her like this. That way if she wants to use them somewhere else or I'm just kind of putting them where I thought I liked them. Some just more blank pages. This will be a pocket, needs something in it. Another little flip. A flip that also has a little pocket. This is from my new kit that's coming out. These are also from the new kit. I just like to see, I'll print out, when I do these, I print out maybe multiple pages and see what different ways I can cut the page up to use for different things. So, you know, for pockets or belly bands, that kind of thing. But I really like how all these colors went together. This is actually Rachel's paper. This is one of the ephemera digitals. This is from my new kit, the pocket I made. This is from a new kit. These are just, again, some of the digital ephemera printed out on coffee stained paper. I want to put lots of these kind of things in there because whoever's getting this, if they want to use them for collage or journaling or whatever, they'll have them to cut up. This is the same thing with this. So, and then this little band was from one of Rachel's scraps. And then this is from one of my new pages. I think I have 6 new pages already. And this was from one of the new pages. It was funny that this actually kind of has a knight on it. Another little pocket there. This will be from my new kit. This is Rachel's. Need a pocket for that, though. This is part of one of my new kits. This is from one of my new kits, a little pocket. And this is from Rachel's. I think it's kind of pieced together. That's just a strip from one of mine. This might be, I might have a piece of hers, a piece of mine, and just a little scrap. Another little pocket that needs a card. Another pocket that needs a card. So lots of blank space still here. I can do a little more in this. Another one that needs a card. Another one. And that's it. So this is close. Again, I think this is the one that would be going to Rock's Star first on the list. So if you're watching this, let me know if you like it where it is or if you want me to do a little more. And then it's close to ready to go. Maybe put a closure on this, or I might leave it for you to do. I just don't know how much of it you want me to finish. So that's that one. Maybe I'll show you before I do show you the next one. I'll show you the pages from the new kit that's going to be coming out. Show you what I've done just so that you can kind of get a little teaser. So this was the first page I did. I think my skill level is improving. So even just in this pack, when I first started to decide what I wanted to do, it was all really kind of just thinking about cards you could cut out and that kind of thing. So there's really only very little background and not a lot on top of it because I was really just kind of looking for some card bases and that sort of thing. So, or little, you know, belly band pieces or things that would make cute pockets, that sort of thing. So that's the first page. This was the second, again, along the same kind of line where I just really wanted some backgrounds, some little strips just that can be cut off. Some things that would be nice for the backside of a card that has some lines and that kind of thing. So this was another one. I printed these 2 sides because being gone for 3 weeks, your printer does not like that. And you see I have some stripes. I had to do some print head cleaning and things like that to get my color back. This one I really love. This was my 3rd one that I did. And I went ahead and did some more layering on top so you can still, you know, cut out some little different pieces and just kind of tried to alter these because some of these images are some things I have scanned myself from ephemera and things that I have, but most of these little pieces are from ephemera that you can get on Graphics Fairy or Tom Chalky, that sort of thing. So I really wanted to try to alter those as much as I could before I included them in my collage. So I've got that. This one I also really like. Just some different kind of vintagey wallpaper looking background and that sort of thing. And this is from one of my own scans. I think some of the text in the background might be too. So just another one for some different pieces. And then I wanted to do one a little bit more colorful. I've got some kind of neutrals, but I wanted a little bolder color, you know, to kind of go with some of the colorful things that I have in the other kit. And again, some little pieces that can be cut out for ephemera, larger pieces that can be cut out for pockets or belly bands, that kind of thing. And then this is the last one that I have so far. And this was one of my scans. A few stamp things that I made, Tom Chalky, some different things. Just trying to kind of do collage, some ledger back there. So I'm kind of just, you know, working on practicing my skill and getting that going. So I've got that. And then the other thing that I used in this next journal that I'm going to show you, this is also going to be in the second kit. The second kit's going to have the pages that I just showed. This is something that I used in this journal that I'm going to show you. Now this one, there's also a video of getting it to this point. When I did this one, I'll put the link to this series down below too in case you missed it. I had printed out some fabric that I used to do this inside of the spine. And I really like how it turned out. And I thought, you know, I might want to do more of those in more colors. So I'm thinking that I did this as a practice today. This was the page that I made for the fabric. So I had this page, some side B pages, those 6 collages I just showed, and then a page of washi tape. And that's probably what's going to end up in the final kit. But when I did this, I thought this would be fun to use. This could be the outside spine of a book if you want it to be, or the inside spine like I did, or this could be the inside spine and then use this as the outside spine. And I could do slow stitching on this. For this particular journal, I had slow stitched this piece, which I still haven't finished. I'm going to finish this up very soon, and then I'll do a video of me putting it on here and doing a closure and all that. I'm just thinking I might want to do some other trims or things on here, so I haven't quite finished that yet, but I'll put that aside. So in doing this one, and I had printed out and took with me actually enough to do 2 more books, all very similar. The signatures are kind of laid out the same, but I'm going to add to them some different envelopes and different extra things maybe than in this one, just so they'll all be a little different. And when I thought about doing that, I thought, you know, I could do different colors, the same fabric kind of thing, but do them in different colors. So each book, you know, they coordinate, but they're all a little different. So I'm going to show you real quick because I just love how these turned out. So where is my original? This is my original color. And then I'm going to lay these out. I went into my Photoshop Essentials. If you take for example, this picture, and you go into quick, instead of expert, you're looking at quick, you can change, there's all kinds of options just to alter the colors of these with one click. So I chose a few that I really liked that I thought would coordinate with these kits. So I've printed them out in some different ones just to see, and I'm just going to kind of lay them out side by side here. But that's just a fun way to kind of do a quick change. Let's see my original. I've printed, this is on fabric, and these are both on, all the rest I just did on plain white copy paper with a fine setting, just to let you see all the different ones. I don't know how the color's going to show up on camera here very well, but you can see they're all kind of just a rainbow of kind of vintagey colors that are still, you know, kind of neutral, but kind of a rainbow of colors. So I really kind of like that. I ended up with 8 different ones. So I'm not sure which ones will make the cut for a kit or how much I have. If I have room to put them all, I can do that so that you'll have access to all of these too. So that's kind of what I've been playing with while I was in Studio B, spending time, you know, learning more, honing my skills, and working on filling up these 2 journals with all my practice stuff. So this was one of my envelopes that I had printed previously. This little piece is from the new kit that's going to come out. Just another kind of plain card. This is actually a real piece of ledger paper that I have tea stained and then just added a little piece there. I think I showed this in a previous video about printing digital kits onto dictionary page, and that's kind of how I did these. So nothing here, nothing here. I've done a few cards on this one that I decorated just a little bit. And this is actually a little envelope. Kind of a little flippy thing. Blank, blank. This was another kind of way to just add in. I didn't really want to cover this up, but I thought it'd be a fun way to have another tuck. So I took a circle punch and just cut it in half. And then that way it made a little holder for this little card. And I just like how it fit in there, framed in there nice. And then this, I'm not sure if I've covered, hopefully I haven't, otherwise I'm being redundant. I didn't watch my last video back to see what I've already shown about this one, so I'll just try to go through it quick. Just other little cards. Just decorated this with a couple of little things, but I like to, you know, just glue down two sides and then you end up with a little tuck. And this is an envelope. A belly band, another one of my little snippets I made. And then just paper clipping it to that. I put a C on here because Victoria C might be getting this one. And just another little card. This background of this card is from Tracie Fox. I think I showed all this in the last one, so I'm going to kind of just go through here quick. This is a pocket little card, because I don't know how much new I did on this one. This again was another little card from the first volume collection, and again with the photo corners just to kind of tuck it there. An envelope. Some more little pieces of ephemera printed onto coffee stained or tea stained paper. Just did a little, I did do a little decoration on that pocket. This is for my new kit. This is from my new kit. This is a piece of the printed ephemera. And like the same as the last one, I'm leaving everything really pretty plain. Just to leave it for her to journal on and to add to. This is from the new kit. This is from my, I'm not sure if this is from it, but I have that book page kit, vintage book page kit. This might be in it. If not, something similar is in that. And then just did that as a tuck. Another little pocket. This is from Rachel's. From my new one. This again is another envelope. And this one has a pocket. And then this I thought was kind of fun. I didn't want to, anytime I have lined paper, I don't really want to cover it up because it's good journaling space. But I want to add some decoration to it also. So I just kind of printed this. I think this is from one of Rachel's papers. And I wanted the whole thing, so I just folded it. And then, so that it just wasn't flopping around, I used that little scrap from the, I think I might have shown this in the last video. Sorry if you've just watched that and you're getting a repeat, because I can't remember what I've already shown you. This isn't from my new kit, just another base of a card. And that's from Rachel's. So I like how everything's, you know, mixing well together. And that's just kind of what I've been testing out. And nothing there. And another one just with some little scraps. So that's all I have. Oh, one more. And this is from the new one. It didn't print correctly, but I didn't want to waste it. So I thought that's fine. I'll just kind of tea stain up the rest of it. So just in the little spot. And this is going to be from one of my new pages. I don't think I show it in there because I wasn't happy with part of it and I'm changing it. So this may or may not be. It may wait for another collection. And that little belly band. And then this is a pocket. I still need something, and that's it. So I've been working on them, so I haven't been doing nothing. But it's just taking me a while to get to do a video. So I have this one. I'm going to be doing, like I said, 2 more that I'm going to add to these. I had taken some covers with me that I started. This one will fit one nicely. This one was a little small, so I'd have to cut these down, which I may still do. Or I did find another scrap of covers that's the right size, so I may do that. So I will have a couple more. They're all going to be a little different, like I said, just because I don't really kind of look back at the last one. As I'm working on them, I just kind of grab a page and do something. So those will be coming in case anybody else would like something similar. And I've shown you that little kit. So now maybe I'll show you my finds while I was gone. Oh, the other thing that I'm learning to do, and that I might is to do, working on my Cricut now that I'm back home, is to making some stickers. These are all my own vintage calling cards, and so I just turned them into some little stickers. And so I may do from time to time a sheet of things like that that can either be fussy cut if you don't have a Cricut, or you can do a print and cut on maybe your machine with something like that. So that might get included too. Now for my finds while I was gone, I went to one of my favorite antique stores, and I found, I haven't scanned all of it yet, so I haven't scanned this yet, this whole package of just ephemera from the early 1900s. And it's just funny. It's a lot of it's from the same actual customer, but there's a wide variety of receipts, different things. So it's just kind of fun to see just the different styles, the different graphics, and that sort of thing. So I've scanned all of this already, and then I still have a few I need to do. But I'm scanning these so that I can use them in my collages. That's a lot of fun. And then I may end up, my bin of ephemera, of original ephemera, is getting kind of full. So I may start, and after I've got everything scanned, I may start including original pieces here and there in the journals. So that is one thing that I found that was great. And then I saw this. It's just funny. It was an old postcard in a little shop, and it's called the Blowout. It's in a little plastic sleeve, but I just laughed because they're all, you know, they all have bottles. And I was in Paso Robles when I got this, and they're all wine bottles. So I just thought it was really funny that they had this card. So I've scanned that I might use in something. And then let's see what else I have here. I found this whole thing of French. These are, I think, are from the early 1900s too, based on the way they're dressed. But these are all from French postcards, and they have not been written on. So I've scanned all of these too. But there's some great things because there's some interesting, you know, graphics for the buildings and that kind of thing. So I've got those to work with now. And as usual, I found, well, I have to show you this. This is funny. So I go see my friend Connie, who I got all the buttons from. If you saw my post, that's just a photo. I bought her entire collection of buttons. She has the cutest little shop in Templeton that I'm always talking about. So I always try to pop in there to see what she has. And she saves things for me, just that she'll give me. I always buy things, but she'll always have some random things that she's set aside because she can't sell it. Like her dog got a hold of this really cute little dictionary. So I'm going to salvage what I can of it. It's from 1880 something. I think I saw the date. So I can scan things, but her dog got a hold of it. But there'll be some useful pieces in here. There's some great illustrations of like Thomas Edison, Ulysses S. Grant, that kind of thing. So I kind of like these. I can include these little pages and things, but then it's just fun to kind of go through and see the artwork too and scan that. So I'll be working on that. I've been doing a lot of scanning the last couple of days. So I've only been home for 2 days, I think, 3 days. So that, and I'm working on that. And then more little books, because I love little books. And this one was great. This one I got in the antique store in Paso that I got the ephemera in. And I always try to find books, that are old enough that I can scan things that are falling apart. So if I do want to take them apart, because sometimes it's hard to scan something unless you take it apart. So I want something that's already falling apart so that I won't feel guilty. And that doesn't cost too much. So this, I just love those papers, the marbled papers. So I'll be scanning those. This is a Dickens book, and it has some nice wear on the cover. And there's not a lot of illustration in here, but there was one right at the front. And then just to be able to do the title pages and that sort of thing too. So that one I will work on. And then afterwards I can use the covers to do really cute little journals. And I want to do that and sell those too. And then this one I just thought was fun. I always look for, you know, certain titles maybe that I might want to use the cover, things that maybe have handwriting in them. But I thought this was a cute one too, a nice grungy book cover that's falling apart. This one I loved the graphic on the cover of this one. And again, it's really old, so that'll be a good one. And I like to do, you know, this one I love the handwriting. And then, you know, school books and things. This one actually even still had a little flower in it, if you can believe that. And this one's from 18 something too. Let's see, 1881. So that's kind of fun. Not sure I'll take that apart or not. Then this one, I found this actually in a thrift store in Santa Cruz. We went there for my birthday. We went and spent a few days, and so I found this in a little thrift store along with a thing that I'm so excited about. I'll have to tell you at the end if I don't forget. Anyway, I only found 2 things there. This was one of them, but it was really cute, and it's old. 1905, so I can scan things in it and take it apart or whatever, but just another old book. And then this one I love. It's just gorgeous. It's in German. I found 2 of these in an antique store in, the other one is, I think, over by my scanner, but they're in German, and I just love this one. It's a German poetry book, and just a beautiful cover. And this one, you know, might be worth something, but the cover was already falling off. So it'll be a good one to scan some things. And they just had such beautiful type, you know, in these. And this one, it's just already, you know, it's already like darkened around the edges and it gets lighter towards the center. It's just already aged so perfectly, the nice gold pages. So I like that. So I'll be scanning some of that, but that'll make a beautiful little journal, you know, if I part with it. I might have to hoard that one for a little bit. And let's see what else. And that was my idea, you know, getting these size books. I had started this one. I totally forgot I had started it, that I was going to keep for myself in Junk Journal July, and I only did 1 page. And this is my problem, is I get sidetracked doing so many things, I don't actually end up journaling in them. But I do want to keep that one because I have good intentions to actually journal in that. Okay, the amazing 2 things that I found. Oh, I have to show this first. I lied about the thrift store. I did find this in the thrift store too. I always like to go through, you know, if they have music books. And this one actually, the music pages are copyright 1915. So I could scan these, but they're very white. I mean, it's like in such great shape. So I'm thinking what I'm going to do is use this and, you know, coffee and tea stain these, a lot of them anyway, because I love grunge. The pages so that they're, you know, they're aged. So let's get rid of that. So that was another fun find. And then my birthday gift to myself. I saw these at an antique store, and usually I don't spend a lot on books, but there was this 2-volume set on the life and times of Queen Victoria. And it's beautiful for one thing. They're gorgeous. They're really big. I love the marbled edges. I couldn't fit these opened up on my scanner because the pages are too large. But I can still scan the cover and the spine all separately. So I've done that. But the amazing thing about them are all of the etchings and photos and things in here. Photos. I don't know if there are any photos, but all the drawings in here. I mean, there are probably hundreds. I've only started going through them, but I was just sold on it. For one thing, I want to read it, but just the artwork in here alone is just incredible. So I have, you know, her entire life in pictures. And so I'm scanning what I can, you know, scanning all of them, and they'll be just beautiful in some collage work. So that is was my gift to myself. And I mean, they're just going to be so fun to use these images. So I've got those to work on. And what other thing? Oh, the other fun thing. I have been saying that I needed the 5-inch Xyron sticker maker forever. And I guess I hadn't bought it for a reason. I found this in that thrift store for $4.98. I was so excited. So it didn't have a cartridge, and I think that's probably why it's sitting there, because nobody, you know, if you haven't ever used one of these, you wouldn't know what this is, you know, in a thrift store. So I've ordered the cartridge, and I'm just waiting for it to get here so that I can try it out and make sure it works. I'm pretty sure it does. It had an empty cartridge in it, and it seemed to be turning, you know, they stop at a certain point, so I couldn't really tell, but it seems to be like it's going to work. So we'll find out in a couple of days when I get my little cartridge. So I think that is all I have to show you to catch you up with what I'm working on. So I'm doing lots of scanning. I'm going to continue to work on those journals and try to get my next collage kit finished up. Because I'm enjoying working with it. So far, so good. So have a great rest of your day. Now go make something. Bye.